hơn tiếng Anh là tiếng Anh để dự hát.
Or you want to keep it?
Yes.
You may have to share. There's copies of the text here in English, so you can help me to give it up. If there's not enough, then just share and get more and put out next week. We start with the 7-limb prayer. And the short mandala offering, followed by the mandala to request teachings.
Yeah.
Divati Tate. Pensi. Pensi sono sempre stati già. Stati. Stato molto bene non si dice se. Pensa. Non so se sai chiuso. Già c'è molto giusto, amatasira giuyo. Già c'è buon calcio. Già c'è tenuto Gito. Sono tutto sempre. Tanto si dice che non bisogna darsi un'oggi non basta. C'è un'oggi non basta. Gito. Tenuto da cani. Sono di sé. Tutto si sta. Tutto un buon quasi. Gli anni sono sempre. Tutto si sai che sono. Un buon divasi. Mi piace il giusto che sai. Yeah.
Okay. So today we are going to do the teaching of the introduction to the middle way, and so here the middle way refers to the to a root text, to the text by Nagarjuna that is called the root wisdom. So normally one would assume in the title of the text, introduction to the middle way, that this middle way would refer to the emptiness that is free from the two extremes, but actually here it refers to this text by Nagarjuna called the root wisdom. So actually this text by Chandrakirti is a commentary on Nagarjuna's text, the root wisdom. So it is introducing the disciple into this text by Nagarjuna by commenting, by explaining Nagarjuna's root wisdom. And it does so both from the way of the profound as well as by way of the extensive. So it is explaining the profound, it is explaining emptiness extensively, and it is also explaining the profound aspect of the path, and it is also explaining the sequence of the extensive aspect of the path, the method aspect of the path. So the extensive method aspect of the path that refers to compassion, to bodhicitta, and so forth, and these are explained, and then the remaining practices of the perfections, and these are explained in the context of the 10 bodhisattva grounds. So because because Chandrakirti is explaining the root text of Nagarjuna by way of the profound as well as the extensive. So then this text is called the introduction to the middle way. Kan this game? Kan this? Nisum. Nisum. Los. Los. Los.
so the the middle way teachings are very important teachings that are also a major one part of the Geshe studies, and in the monastery they are studied for 2 to 3 years. Now here we don't have so much time, but maybe 1 month. But maybe in the time that we have, we can get to know the first chapter maybe.
did the time of him, the thing, and to see it, see by it, forget it, yeah, no, you see,
Yes, so the author of this text is Chandrakirti, and so Chandrakirti was Chandrakirti did not compose this text merely on the basis of his intellectual knowledge of the scriptures from the point of view of being a scholar, but he composed this text on the basis of his personal experience on the path. And so he's regarded as one of the 84 Mahasiddhas of India, one of the 84 great Mahasiddhas of India. And but in fact, when he initially stayed in Nalanda Monastery, it was not very obvious to everybody that he was very realized and a great scholar, because he seemed to spend most of the time sleeping. So in actuality he was meditating on emptiness all the time, but the outward appearance was one of sleeping all the time. But so it was also very hard. The monks, they could not expel him because he was the son of a king. And so what they did, one thing that the monks did was that they gave him the responsibility to look after the cows of the monastery. And also one of his teachers, whose name was also Chandra, and then now something I can't remember. Anyway, that's why he's called Chandrakirti, because part of the name was also part of the name of his teacher. So also his teacher told him, the abbot at that time, so told him that he had to improve. Anyway, so at one point it was also he could not get so it was his responsibility to bring the cows out for grazing, but then also to bring them back in time, so that the milk could be taken and then served to the monks on time. So what he did not bring one day, he did not return the cows in time from the grazing, and so again, the monks started to criticize him for his failure to be on time. So then he drew a cow on a wall. He drew the picture of a cow on the wall, and then started to milk the cow instead. So which that was enough to stop the monks criticizing. And so then also at another time, when there was a war in the country, and it was so there was war in the country, and all the means had failed to subdue the enemy, and so also then at that time, first the Chandrakirti said, well, first you can there were diverse Hindu prayers to be recited by the Hindus, and there were other Buddhist prayers to be recited by the Buddhists, and all of that did not help. And then finally, Chandrakirti, there was like a kind of a stone line, like a kind of a monument of a stone line. So he, hit on the monument, on the statue of the stone line with a stick, and the stone line came to life, and it sort of jumped, up into the sky, and so that was enough to force the enemy to retreat in fear. So they returned to their home country. So anyway, the point of all of this is that the Chandrakirti was a highly realized being who and a great Mahasiddha.
Okay. Kind of thing. So, is it enough like this? Doesn't seem to have any effect. Anyway, so the Nagarjuna had different students. Some of whom were prasangika or consequentialists, and some of whom were svatantrikas. The consequentialists, that they say that just because things don't exist inherently, they don't have to be. Also, just because things exist, they don't have to have inherent existence. The Svatantrika, what is the English name? How do they call it in the Svatantrika? There's this word. Anyway, so the Svatantrika, they are the other students of Nagarjuna who say that if phenomena exist, they have to exist inherently. They have to have intrinsic existence. And so Nagarjuna had his different students. There were, among others, there was Aryadeva and Buddha Palita, who were actually, they would follow they would present the Prasangika school, but who was actually regarded as the pioneer of the Prasangika school is Chandrakirti. And Then on somebody, then it is a time of the Amaba. Touch Amaba, the little school. Rosie Mena, Rosie Mena, Battalion Celebration, Maya Capatenzo, Tayola, Yamatu married Sako, Saka Sailor. But the daughter of a chief Mendas is a writer. Taji, she's so in
Yes, so we have Nagarjuna, and then Nagarjuna had his different students. So there were among others. So first, one of his main disciples was Aryadeva. So Aryadeva is regarded basically as being indistinguishable from Nagarjuna. So it is regarded that he was the half disciple of Nagarjuna, and his views were completely indistinguishable. Number one, with they could be equally accepted. And then there were students such as Kamalashila and Baba Viveka, and then other students such as so we had already then Aryadeva, and then also Buddha Palita, and then later on Chandrakirti. And so the difference between these two groups of students is that Buddha Palita and Chandrakirti, they would adopt the view that there is no inherent, that nothing exists inherently, so that the phenomena don't exist truly, and that the lack of true existence is synonymous with the lack of inherent existence. But this was not accepted. This view was rejected by Baba Viveka and Kamalashila. So Nagarjuna, so they would say Nagarjuna teaches the lack of true existence, but the lack of true existence does not equal the lack of inherent existence. And they would accuse Buddha Palita of not being a true follower of the middle way school, of not being a true Madhyamaka, because they say you reject inherent existence, and that makes you not a true Madhyamaka. So this is the basic distinction between the Prasangika school, the consequentialists, and the Svatantrika school, the autonomists, is that they have this slightly different interpretation, but fundamentally different interpretation of Nagarjuna's view, that Chandrakirti and Buddha Palita, they would say that the lack of true existence equals the lack of inherent existence, and Baba Viveka rejected this. He said the lack of true existence does not equal the lack of inherent existence, because Nagarjuna showed the view that so phenomena lack true existence, and at the same time they can function on a nominal level. There can be action and activity on a nominal level. So Chandrakirti then clearly showed that Nagarjuna's view is that nothing exists inherently, but at the same time can function on a nominal level. There can be action, activity, and so forth on a nominal level, while lacking intrinsic existence. And so Chandrakirti is regarded as the pioneer of the Prasangika school.
another living here who says that shoot down the condition and the time to run to the same in this yard. There was the switch on Yaba. Ninja says it time to run to the Sagate, but the day is in. Then the Amabijano, time to tell about the run with the bodies. What sense on it about the daughter.
So because when we start with Nagarjuna, so Nagarjuna would mostly talk about the lack of a true existence. In Nagarjuna's mind, there was no difference between the lack of true existence and the lack of inherent existence, and he would always refer to phenomena as lacking true existence. But in Nagarjuna's mind, there was no difference between true existence and inherent existence. So then subsequently, these two disciples, Buddhapalita and Bhavaviveka, they entered a debate because Buddhapalita, he understood that there was, for Nagarjuna, there was no difference between true existence and inherent existence, but Bhavaviveka did not understand this, and he made this subtle difference where he said, Nagarjuna rejects true existence, but Nagarjuna did not completely reject existence from its own side. So Buddhapalita and Bhavaviveka debated about this issue, but they were not able. So Buddhapalita was not able to not to perfectly put forth his point of to perfectly reject or refute Bhavaviveka. So Buddhapalita was not perfectly able to reject Bhavaviveka. This was only then Chandrakirti could do. So Chandrakirti refuted Bhavaviveka's view as the correct interpretation of Nagarjuna, and so he said in the correct interpretation of Nagarjuna's view, so there can be no autonomous, there cannot be any autonomous reason, there cannot be an inherently existent reason, and one can understand emptiness, independence on a consequence.
chiu si chiu sang sing te cha namu tongpa ni tongpi tongla tawa la kari kore che na ta su chiu si chiu sang sing lo gui ta teni dandan tepa kansin tensin nyen tu song jun de na tong hi re nyen tu si na ta nyen tu si si yo lo ku nyen tu si de kari gashin de si ga na yung tabi kenti yan nyen si kenti tu pa si si na ra pa si kulu pa nyen si sensi yan nyen tu si ku nyen kono kare te mama sen sonji ji yang sono na mano ti kenti yan pa temba si yo tu nyen tu si te dashi te chama Teta nyen tu si nyen tu turu ten te turu ten long sonji ni ten te tu ba se te yan po do ba se po turu nyen tu si te nyen ba se yan do ba se tu ba se yan do ba se len nyen tu sonji len se te ronja len ronja sonji len do bu ka ri se na sonji len badara ta sonji se na badara te sonji tombo te bada koro te ये बात रोंजा रे साथे ये तो नहीं थी ना बिचु यो रे आनंद बात को दिखा रहे थे ना यो रे तनु जी गाने ये तो नहीं सो तो बिचु ना लगे तने चीज ना जो तब तब से और ये ना Roma ni pasó un son un bato pero tu su se va a aparecer bien tu esa copa tan de ya que y tu son bien de no ya no todo ni se parece ya no todo un poco se parece todo un poco se toca ese está tu se tu son bien no todo se pero todo se sonji samba ni Yela una meta y una meta que un pasó por nadie ni su ton que un lo calla ni su ton un son de ton son de samba no eso un yo por un de charas porque un de charas que son de vacaciones son de y son de ton
Did you give some?
Tene ronja, tene nyenju, tenja, nyenju sonji le ibote, tabongo shia de si taten, tabongo shia to kande sena, ibo sonji le no toni, si kande sena, tabongo li, tene Some Chuniana, very true, and said that. Me too. No tone, so almost as it was to the pain. Then from me to Charles, Roland Charles. Maybe some tone. Maybe some tone. So you should be somebody hero. So you should be somebody. Sonji samba chomre pe choto gale sena sonji sembe no sono ban pen sonji chomra Tibetan, Chandrakirti, hongnhu-archives,
So we have Nagarjuna. And okay, so we have this text is called the Introduction to the Middle Way, and the Middle Way that the title refers to is the text by Nagarjuna called the Root Wisdom, and so this text introduces the student into the root wisdom by way of the profound, so by way of emptiness, as well as by way of the extensive. So the way of the extensive, that is the method aspect of the path that refers to compassion, bodhicitta, and so forth. The different other perfections, and so we said that the extensive aspect of the path is related in conjunction, is explained in relation to the 10 bodhisattva grounds. So now the 10 bodhisattva grounds, they only start from the path of seeing upwards, and so the two lower paths out of the 5 paths, the 2 lower paths, the path of accumulation, and the path of preparation. liberation, they are referred to as the grounds of ordinary individuals. So they are not actually actual grounds, but they are sort of like a preparatory ground. So they are called the grounds of ordinary individuals. They are what ordinary individuals have to practice in order to reach the actual bodhisattva ground, the actual first bodhisattva ground on the path of seeing. And that brings us here to the first verse, which is here actually divided over 3 outlines, but then which reads, powerful able ones generate hearers and medium realizers, and the Buddhas are born from bodhisattvas. Mind of compassion and non-dual awareness and bodhicitta are causes of the conqueror's children. So, and so here, this is the homage of the first verse of the homage by Chandrakirti, and it is actually homage to great compassion. So it is explained in the context of the grounds of ordinary individuals. So what ordinary individuals have to practice in order to reach the actual ground of the path of seeing and above. So here then, if we look at the first line, powerful able ones generate hearers and medium realizers. The powerful able ones, that refers to the Buddhas. Then hearers, and then we have hearers and medium realizers. So in Buddhism, one says there are the 3 types of practitioners. There are those that follow the hearer path, and there are those that follow the path of the medium realizers, or more commonly known also as self-liberators. Self-liberators or solitary realizers, which is not really correct, but anyway. So, so first of all, why are the hearers called hearers is because they listen to the Dharma of the they listen to the Buddha, so they listen to the Dharma, and then they pass on the Dharma to others, so they induce others to listen to them, to listen to the Dharma from them. So that's why they are called hearers. Actually, in the Sanskrit word and also the Tibetan translation, one gets 2 words. They're very similar. It's like hearers and propounders, for example, or hearer listeners. Sometimes they are called. So they're hearer listeners. So the point is that first they listen to the Dharma themselves from the Buddha, and then they induce others to listen to the Dharma from them. So that's why they are called hearers. Anyway, it's just the explanation of why they are called like that. And they are the lowest, lowest type of practitioner out of the 3. Then higher than, so they attained the lowest denomination of liberation. And then higher, so between them and the Buddhas are the medium realizers, or also called and the self-liberators. They are self-liberators. They also still follow the Hinayana path, but they attain a higher type of liberation, and so they accumulate merits for 100 aeons. And in the last life, why they are called self-liberators is because in the last life they attain their liberation without the presence of an external teacher. So they generate they liberated themselves without the presence of an external teacher in the last life. So that is refers to the last life, not the life when they actually attain liberation. And okay, so those 2 types of arhats, where do they arise from? Where do they come from? So we have the hearer arhat and the self-liberator arhat. So those 2 types of arhats, where do they come from? they come from the powerful able ones. They come from the Buddhas. So the Buddhas here are referred to as the powerful able ones because there's nothing higher than a Buddha. So from the point of view of realization, wisdom and so forth, the hearers, the arhats are lower than the Buddha, and even also all the other worldly beings, the other worldly gods and so forth. So they are all lower than a Buddha. So the Buddha is no more powerful than any of these. So that's why the Buddha is referred to as the powerful able one. He can do more for sentient beings than anybody else. And so where do the hearer arhats and self-liberator arhats, where do they arise from? Is from the Buddhas. So how do they arise from the Buddhas, or how do the Buddhas generate the hearer and self-liberator arhats? Is by teaching them the Dharma, the profound Dharma of dependent arising. So the Buddha teaches the Dharma of profound dependent arising, and then by practicing the Dharma of profound dependent arising in accordance with their own individual aspirations, then the hearer arhats and the self-liberator arhats are born. So they generate their own individual realizations, their own individual liberation by practicing the Dharma of profound dependent arising that was taught to them by the Buddhas. So the Buddhas generate the arhats by teaching them dependent arising. So then and then we come to the second line, the Buddhas. So then one comes. So then where in turn, where do the Buddhas come from? So the Buddhas are born from bodhisattvas. So how are Buddhas born from bodhisattvas? This can be in two ways. One way, Buddhas are born from bodhisattvas because any Buddha has to have been first a bodhisattva. One has to first go through the bodhisattva path. One has to traverse the bodhisattva path in order to become a Buddha. So any Buddha is born from a bodhisattva because any Buddha was first a bodhisattva. So from the bodhisattva that they were in their own continuum beforehand. But also Buddhas are also born from bodhisattvas because they have bodhisattvas as teachers. So for example, Shakyamuni Buddha was a student of the bodhisattva Manjushri. So one can say that, so the question, where do the Buddhas come from? The Buddhas are born from bodhisattvas. How are the Buddhas born from bodhisattvas? In two ways. One, from the bodhisattva that they were in before they attained enlightenment. So the bodhisattva that was part of their own continuum. And two, from the bodhisattvas that were their teachers. So the Buddhas arise from bodhisattvas because first they take a bodhisattva as a teacher, so there is another bodhisattva that is taken as the teacher. But then one cannot become a Buddha without practicing the bodhisattva path. So one has to generate the bodhisattva path in one's continuum. So one has to first become a bodhisattva. So in those two ways, Buddhas are born from bodhisattvas.
Rupa sepa ni Geshe Thubten Geshe Thubten Rupa sepa ni Geshe Thubten Geshe Thubten Dawa, Paya Chitungten, Geshe Thubten Dawa, Inza, Ngomutani Dada, Nintunjel, Kondo Bede, Geshe Thubten, Nintunda was very good, or Geshe, Soji, Nakeba Inza. Yeah.
So we said that so the explanation of the word hearer referred to the listening to the Buddha's teachings, and then passing on those teachings to others, and so that there are references where the Buddha and also said to bodhisattvas they should be like hearers, but this was of course not meant in a literal way, but just also saying that also bodhisattvas they listen to the teachings and then they pass on the teachings to others, but in an actual way, of course, if a bodhisattva would become a hearer, then he would be, it would be lost because he would have abandoned the Mahayana path and fallen down to a lower path.
attention is sense of having a voice and saying Hinji conscience, Hinji conscience, Hinji, the Tombo Nashi Dollar, Diamond the Simula, Charge, so you should have long, but you're going to Hinji to compare and do what they say. They time the same thing. Pattern it. Somebody hand the road, Hinji hand the Tombo. Tombo Hinji hand the Mason says, you see. That Hinji can sound Hinji, no Hinji can sound Hinji sound Hinji, Hinji, no Chula Hinji, Hinji, sound one Hinji, or this somebody can handle the Tem senti tão no dinheiro de cada sendo cena tombo tanto não senti não nada nasce ninguém nada nasce ninguém tem nada não chama ninguém cara só ninguém Nayawan the ban. Or dogging the Simona Church. And this was some for no day to cross on the status and knowing the Simona Church. So you checked our own by dogging the Chukota, Rome and Rwanda. No, no, all is. Then you need can do start on but change it, change it kind of sense. You check again. I don't zero.
Samjani. Samjin Samlabi.
Hinji Samla.
Tombo Samjin Samlabi. Samjin Samlabi. Samjin Lami Beninja.
Oh, Samjin Hinji. Chula Hinji. Mimel Hinji. Sound. Samjin Hinji the conscience. Samjin only. Hinji Hinji for the country, conversation music with a Senji not my phone means not to not on the city. Not in something only telling hundred here. Showing hundred to Jason and not showing Tombo Nashi Dolly Fancy, Tombo Nashi, sitting in the Tombo Nashi Dolly Fancy. That then doesn't know no combat, no TV. And the Dawa to the shot down. So to chant us, so to the Choco and Noma Jawal to challenge Choco to go at the bottom of a Chandai in the rock. What you know is that. So you chant alone, but he to pretend to tell Roana. But you can do stuff. Since you don't give a day. Of course?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So So then in the second two lines, so then we have the three. These are the three dharmas that ordinary individuals have to practice in order to reach the first bodhisattva ground. And the three dharmas are the mind of compassion, and the non-dual awareness, and the bodhicitta, which are the causes of the congruous children. So the congruous children are the bodhisattvas. And so the non-dual awareness, the realization of emptiness, should be preceded by a mind of compassion, because only with a realization of emptiness alone will one not reach complete enlightenment. The realization of emptiness needs to be motivated or held by the mind of compassion. So that's why one first initially one generates compassion, and then on the basis of compassion one meditates on emptiness. And so here then Chandrakirti in the next verses, he outlines he outlines the three types of compassion. So here in that would be verse 3 and then 4. And the three types of compassion are the compassion that merely focuses on sentient beings, compassion that focuses on dharmas, and objectless compassion. So here in verse number 3, it refers to the compassion focusing on sentient beings, and so initially starting grasping itself, naming I, generating attachment for phenomena named mind, praise to whatever becomes compassion for migrators, traversing without freedom like a bucket in a well. So this is a homage to the compassion merely focusing on sentient beings, because how this compassion is generated is by focusing on sentient beings and the way the sentient being circles in cyclic existence. So how do sentient beings circle in cyclic existence? Is so initially there is the grasping at self. So and this grasping at self comes about through labeling I, on the basis of labeling I. So one starts grasping at self, and then on the basis of this grasping at the self, then one generates an attachment for phenomena by then labeling the different types of phenomena as mine. So one has goes through these two steps, that initially one has grasping at I, or grasping at self, and then one has the grasping at mine. And for ordinary individuals, it always, for normal people, it always turns around I and mine. And so that's also why this compassion that focuses on sentient beings, how they circle in cyclic existence, because of these thoughts of I and mine, and why this is called focusing merely on sentient beings. And so then the line traversing without freedom like a bucket in a well, this uses an example that so that in the old times one used to get the water from underground, and there was this this apparatus with the bucket and the rope, and then also the mechanism to lower the bucket into the well and then to bring it back up again. And so the bucket would be in a constant process of being lowered down, being pulled back up, going down, being pulled back up. And so this said that sentient beings, they circle in cyclic existence in the same way in samsara, in a cyclic existence. So one generates a compassion for sentient beings that circle in cyclic existence, going always up and down and up, as the bucket as the bucket, similar to the bucket in the well. The one where the children play that goes up and down.
Seesaw.
Not the seesaw, no, the one.
Yo-yo.
Yeah, it's a yo-yo.
Mari ka danti mari nya bote dame to bisya dame to danti uchi dewa pero isi ka danti yong de cha te ko ha ko chu ta inja chale te ko ni se no te ni ga nya ji do go ko Siji demi to go to ko julo on ta ke so demi to ya siji demo me pa he to da de jing on na le sa le to o te chawa ta ni ni se te tani tani ni te si to domo de na sa ni to go enta domo de na te no tombo to mari pali chuma sine tili sanno ko tili ndu tajo tombo man tukale so tombo ma do ma si de ti si ni ka ka ni na pa ti jamu di lo na do na yo ro chin to ande Jin jimbi unga, ti jata tem chahi yamushi, ti unga lisa, li ti unga nyawasi, nyawadman, li ti unga shiwalendo, ti ita li jiti kari sana, ti unga shiwalendo jatana, ti dun yamu iti ndaw sadi, shiwamana kimi, ti ita kukwal chindo ta, kwal chiji chindo. Kual chindo santan ta ko dite chilendo kual chiji inta te mushi bukun kual chiji mushi bukun inji shendi ta saji tera kual chiji ta ko nuji ta jonte chiji kual chiji ta chiji ta tome to bishira te na te yenu bedi na shuni te ya na ndo ta tsengu Tunda sana tong sangi pi weki na tayata in zaman ko damen tu bisira sana tong shu chaboya sa kusa ji dongan do ta sana tong shu chaboya tongbo to se te nyane ni sana tong ya bisira sa ya
So we have the three types of compassion. We have the compassion that merely focuses on sentient beings, and we have the compassion that focuses on dharmas, and we have the objectless compassion, or compassion of non-focus. And so these three types of compassion, they are generated in a different way, and that's why they have these different names. So the first type of compassion, the compassion that merely focuses on sentient beings, it focuses primarily or merely on the sentient being, and then the way the sentient being circles in cyclic existence. So we already said that sentient beings, they have always there's always they're grasping at inherently existent I, and then they're grasping at inherently existent mind. And it is always a continual presence. So for a normal person, the thoughts always revolve around I and always revolve around mind. So all the thought processes always revolve around the notion of the inherently existent I, and then the inherently existent mind, and then because of those beliefs, then the sentient being creates karma, and then because of those karmas, it has to take rebirth in cyclic existence. So the first type of compassion, it focuses on the sentient being. and then the way the sentient being creates karma and circles in cyclic existence. So that's why it is called compassion, focusing on sentient beings. And when the sentient being, so then the second type of compassion is called the compassion focusing on phenomena. The compassion is generated in a different way. It is generated in a slightly different way. It is generated with the aid of the wisdom that understands the impermanence of the sentient being. So, without going into subtle impermanence, if we just look at the coarse impermanence of sentient beings, the process of death and rebirth. So here one looks at the sentient being with an understanding of the impermanence of the sentient being, that it is inevitable that the sentient being will die, that the time of death is uncertain. So by being aware of these aspects of an ordinary person's life, then compassion is generated for the person. So here the difference is the compassion, there is the added component of having an understanding of the impermanence of the sentient being. So it is a stronger type of compassion that is generated through the conducive condition or the facilitating condition of having a understanding of the impermanence of the sentient being. So one generates sentient being one generates compassion for the sentient being by meditating on the impermanence of the sentient being. Right, that the time of death is uncertain, but that death is certain, and so forth. And so this is called the compassion focusing on phenomena. And then there is the third type of compassion, where then the Bodhisattva analyzes more deeply the root of cyclic existence. Why is the sentient being circling in the first place? So the sentient being is circling in the first place in cyclic existence because of the belief in an inherently existent I and in an inherently existent mind. And then when the Bodhisattva analyzes these two types of belief, the Bodhisattva finds that they are mistaken. So the Bodhisattva finds that there is no inherently existent I and that there is no inherently existent mind. And that in order to free sentient beings from the circle of death and rebirth, they need to generate this wisdom that understands the lack of inherent existence. But here the Bodhisattva, looking at sentient beings with an understanding of the lack of inherently existent I and mind, then the Bodhisattva generates compassion for sentient beings that circle in cyclic existence because of holding on to this false belief. And so this compassion is then called the objectless compassion, or the compassion of non-focus. So seeing that sentient beings circle in cyclic existence because of ignorance, holding on to an inherently existent I and an inherently existent mind. And then because of that belief, then they create karma, and because of the karma they take rebirth in cyclic existence. Sometimes they take rebirth in the happy realms, where then they experience some temporary happiness, and they take rebirth in the lower realms, where then they experience suffering. And the Bodhisattva recognizes that in order to free sentient beings from the perpetual circle of death and rebirth, then they need to be taught emptiness, because the sentient beings need to generate the antidote to ignorance in their mind. So they need to oppose the grasping at inherently existent I and mind in their continuum, and this can only be done by generating the wisdom that realizes selflessness that realizes emptiness. So only the wisdom realizing emptiness can free sentient beings from the circle of death and rebirth. So only by generating that wisdom can sentient beings free themselves. So out of these three types of compassion, the objectless compassion or compassion of non-focus is the holiest one, the best one, and the Bodhisattva realizes that for sentient beings to become free from the circle of death and rebirth, they need to generate the wisdom that realizes emptiness, because the wisdom that realizes emptiness is in direct opposition. It is the direct opposite to the grasping at inherent existence. So it can directly oppose the grasping at inherent existence. And so that's how one arrives at the three dharmas that sentient beings have to practice in order to reach the first ground on the path, the first ground, the dharmas of compassion, bodhicitta, and non-dual awareness, the wisdom realizing emptiness. So those three are referred to as the three dharmas of the grounds of ordinary individuals. So with these three dharmas, one can free oneself from the bonds of cyclic existence. So then we can stop here.
We do the dedication prayers.
Java 是的法度，成就